Row 5 to the inside, the 18, Jerome Bushy. To his outside, the 29, David Wiles. Row 6 on the low side, in the number 50, Alan Burby. To his outside, the 15, and John Catley Jr. Row 7, Scott Connor in the 43, and Charlie Roussel in the number 10. Row 8, David Raymond in the number 3, Wayne Poland in the 79. The 09 is driven by Dwight Shepard, the number 12, Tim Jenrith. Jeff Charland in the number 62, and rookie Jeff Severance in the number 28. 15 laps on tap, 12 cars to qualify for the main event. The rest will have to do it via a consolation. Very competitive limited sportsman division here at the Speedway. We have had thus far 15 different main event winners in this very competitive class. Only 2 drivers to repeat as winners. So you can see it is very competitive. Ready to bring the field to a start out of turn 4. Don Colbert and John Maycomer. Flagman has the green out, and we are underway. Don Colbert from the inside jumps into a quick lead over John Maycomer. Then comes Roger Williams to position number 3. Paul Holstrom runs 4th, and Gary Adams in the number 74 rounds out the 5th position. Once again, 12 cars to qualify, 15-lap event. Don Colbert, at the point, one of the solid veterans in this limited sportsman division, shows the way and quickly puts some distance on the second-place competitor. Guys running 3 wide through turn number 4. They continue with Larry Ramsey hung out in that 3rd groove, and that is a tough place to be, and he backs up on the field and will not get back down in until the very end of the line. Last qualifier at the moment would be the 0, Wayne Witt. He occupies position 12. Some good solid runners there outside of a qualifying position. Battle is for second, and Paul Holstrom puts a lot of pressure to the rear bumper of the number 95. Roger Williams behind the wheel of the 95, Paul Holstrom in the number 58. Then comes Gary Adams. Kevin Buck in the number 25. The number 58 trying to take it over from the low side as he gets beneath the number 95, takes over that second place position. Gary Adams follows him through on the inside. Goes wheel to wheel with Roger Williams now for position number 3. Advantage on the low side as Williams backs up on the field just a bit. Kevin Buck now in the challenge for that 4th place position. Jerome Bushy in the number 18 gets it sideways out of turn 4 as he tries to work beneath the number 95 and take over that 5th place position. Halfway point as assistant starter Julian Isles shows the drivers across flat. 8 down and 7 to go. It is a runaway by Don Colbert Jr. in the number 86. As he just pulls away to about a straightaway lead now over Paul Holstrom. Gary Adams trying to close it in on the number 58. Kevin Buck continues in that 4th place position. He gets a lot of pressure from the 18 now. Alan Burby up to position number 6. Then it's Roger Williams in position 7. Scott Connor on the move in the number 43 as he makes a bid to the outside now. Dwight Shepard up to occupy that 12th and final qualifying position. Scott Connor in the number 43 continues to advance to the outside. Cars stack up on the inside groove, and that allows Connor to advance. He is up now to challenge the number 18. Fine run by Scott Connor. Gets the car sideways in turn number 1. Just 2 to go, indicates Junior Niles. White flag coming out for the number 86, Don Culprit. Full straightaway lead over the second place competitor in the number 58, Paul Holstrom. Gary Adams runs third. Kevin Buck sideways in between turns 1 and 2 does a nice job hanging on to it. Side-by-side battle for 5. Culprit coasts across the line, just was able to kick the car out of gear and under the checkered flag with ease. And a scramble for those last few qualifying positions. It appeared to be the number 28, Jeff Severance, the 0 and the 09 in a battle. We'll have to wait for official word on who occupied that final qualifying position, and the rest of the cars will have to try to do it a little bit later on via the consolation event. In the number 40, Jeff Salibi. Row 4, Lloyd Washburn in the number 4, to his outside, Steve Wilson in the 99. The number 24 is driven by Rex Garrett. Couple of cars scheduled to go in this one. Robbie Dorr in the number 12 is a no-show, and so is Tim Wing in the number 92. So 2 cars short. Hopefully nothing too serious. Possibly they'll be able to add it on a heat number 2. Blackman Eddie Walsh gives the drivers the all clear. Points to turn 4. Says hold it even, and the green is out. Maloney via bumper as they cross the stripe to get it underway. Tim Maloney to the low side. David Bath on the high side with a number 5. They go at it side by side. Ed Strong looking for racing room down low. He tries to challenge now and find a way to get into that second place position. Danny Palmer going at it side by side with Darrell Ward. Side-by-side battle for second continues. Ed Strong in the number 10, Dave Bath in the number 5. The number 10 gets it a little sideways, does a nice job of straightening the car out right up to the bumper of Tim Maloney. Dave Bath hung on the outside and no way to get down low as Darrell Ward closes it up to the inside. Danny Palmer in the 93 trying to decide whether to go high or low. And it looks like he will elect to go to the low side as he notices that that line seems to go with the advantage. Coming to the halfway point, it will be 5 down, 5 to go. Darrell Ward going to take an attempt to the outside now in the number 80. Race is for third. Danny Palmer in the 93, Darrell Ward in the number 80. Advantage once again to the inside lane. Flagman indicates just 2 to go if they're going to change position. 2 times around to do it. White flag is out. Tim Maloney gets crossed up just a little bit, has to back out of it. Danny Palmer now gets a shot to the low side of the number 10. As Ed Strong drifted just a little wide, checkered flag coming down. They come across the line side by side, too close to call. Tim Maloney, your winner. Steve Wilson gets it crossed up right at the start-finish line. Leaderboard shows the number 10 in that second place position.
by inches over Danny Palmer. Fifth, the number 5 in 4th place position, and Darrell Ward in the number 80. But the first Super Sportsman qualifier goes to the number 69 and Tim Maloney. They're here at the Beech Ridge Motor Speedway. Always a hard charger. Still looking for his first feature event in the 1992 season in the F8. Well, they'll try it again. Flagman once again looks him over out of turn 4. Now the green is out. Scott Watts right across the line. Takes the advantage from the outside. Trout hanging on to that second place position has Tim Land on the low side and Mike Mayetta Jr. to the outside. Battle is for the runner-up position, and it's a three-way challenge. Young Mayetta making a bid to the outside of Craig Strout now. Mayetta gets a little out of shape, has to back out of it. We'll bring it back on the backstretch and challenge Strout once again. Battle is for second. Now Strout on the low side, Mayetta to the high side. They go side by side. Across the stripe continues to be the number 7 with a slight advantage. Next 3 positions are a two-way battle. Strout gets crossed up just a little bit. Mayetta takes it over at the line by a bumper. Spin in turn 2. And a spin off turn number 3. The caution flag will come out as several cars get crossed up. 18. And then in turn 4, we had several cars over the bank, among them young Mike Mayetta Speedway for tomorrow's Chevy Dealers of New England 250. Well, right now, the lineup is correct. All clear being given by Flagman Eddie Walsh as the drivers work down into turn 3. This time it will be Scott Watts and young Mike Mayetta. At turn 4, the green is out. Scott Watts with the advantage from the low side. Bobby Babb right at his bumper, but the challenge is coming from the outside, and young Mike Mayetta in the number 3. They will be coming to the halfway point. 3 wide out of turn number 4. Scott Watts hangs on to it by a fender. Challenge once again on the outside, Mike Mayetta. On the low side, Bobby Babb. Side-by-side battle for second, but both of those drivers are looking for one better. Scott Watts, youngster from Seabrook, New Hampshire, shows the way in the F80. Bobby Babb now in that second place position on the low side by a fender. He takes over the runner-up spot. Mike Mayetta Jr. back to position number 3. Kerry Winslow bringing it on to 4th. Craig Strout runs 5th. Tim Land and Rick Burnett. It will be 2 to go as they exit turn 4. Scott Watts gets it sideways. And Bobby Babb continues to look for room down low. Scott Watts, 1 lap to go. Bobby Babb looking for room down low once again. Checkered flag is out. Scott Watts, Bobby Babb, Mike Mayetta, Kerry Winslow, and Tim Land, your top 5. Late model Sportsman heat number 1 in the record book. Scott Watts, as I mentioned earlier, a former modified competitor here at the Beech Ridge Motor Speedway. But actually, in the late model Sportsman ranks, he is officially a rookie. And looking for his first main event of 92. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen, down at the start-finish line area once again. Scott Watts, winner of heat number 1 in the late model division. Row 3, Ryan Shepard in the 34 and Dave Langless in the 93. Row 4, Mike Field in the 88 and Jeff Morgan in the number 70. The number 7 is driven by Steve Berry. The number 6, Billy Thompson. The 37, defending champ Larry Gelinas. The 75, Don Morris. The number 30, Ken McLeod. The 61, Gordon Nelson. In the 06 is Dennis Quinn. Dave Fecto in the number 78. Dennis Hall in the number 94. Danny Bubar in the number 24. And in the 111, High Point man Pee Wee Knight. Looking for start at turn 4, and the green is out. Whitey Meserve in the 08 will show the way from the point. Donnie Whitten in the 83 goes at it side by side with Rob Bodwell in the number 56, and they're stacked up side by side, right straight back through the lineup. These are your High Point men. Once again, 15 laps on tap, 12 to qualify. Ryan Shepard on the move as he's up to challenge for position number 2, as he challenges Donnie Whitten on the low side. Puts the fender ahead at turn number 3. And out of turn number 4, Ryan Shepard takes over that second place position. Donnie Whitten is third. Mike Field up to 4th. Steve Berry looking for racing room on the low side. Couple of outstanding rookies in the top 5. Ryan Shepard going second in the number 34, and in 5th place position, also a feature winner, rookie Steve Berry in the number 7. Ryan Shepard taking a look to the outside of our race leader now as they race to turn number 3. Cars rub in the turn 3 area. Everybody keeps it straight. 3 wide, racing down through turn 1 as Robbie Bodwell is hung on the outside now. And that's the hard way to do it in that third groove. Several drivers out in the third groove between turns 3 and 4. Out of turn 4, they continue 3 wide. Very hard to do that, and Robbie Bodwell comes out on the short end of that as he finds himself at the back of the pack. Meanwhile, back up front, all kinds of pressure for race leader Whitey Meserve from the rookie in the number 34, Ryan Shepard. Shepard puts the fender to the outside of number 08. Meserve continues to hold the point, but he has all kinds of pressure from the youngster in the number 34. Up the inside, Mike Field now, making his presence known in the top 3 as he works beneath the number 83 of Donnie Whitten. Steve Berry momentarily boxed in as he sits between cars. Halfway point, 8 down, 7 to go. Continues to be Whitey Meserve in the 08, Ryan Shepard in the 34, Mike Field in the 88, Donnie Whitten in the 83, and Steve Berry in the number 7. Then in 6th base position, Larry Gelinas in the 37. Ken McLeod is up to 7th. Dennis Quinn is 8th. Ron Smith 9th, and Dennis Hall in the 10th place position. Last qualifying position at the moment in the hands of Dave Langlis in the 93. Working in lap 11. Once again, only 12 cars to qualify. And we have some top contenders sitting outside of a qualifying position. Battle continues to be waged for the runner-up position. Mike Field now solidly beneath the number 34 of Ryan Shepard, and they go at it wheel to wheel for the runner-up position. Flagman indicates it will be just 2 to go next time by. Bumper to bumper and wheel to wheel action. 2 laps to go. Outstanding job by Whitey Meserve. He holds off all kinds of pressure. A marrow full of Mike Field in the 88, and to the outside, Ryan Shepard in the 34. Shepard gonna make a challenge once again. He brings with him Donnie Whitten as they are on the move on the outside. White flag is down, 1 lap to go. Last qualifier at the moment would be Pee Wee Knight in the 111. So 6 cars, top cars, actually 7 cars sitting outside of qualifying. all of which I believe are feature winners. Checkered flag is down. Whitey reserved by a fender. Over Ryan Shepard, Mike Field, Donnie Whitten, and Steve Berry. Unofficially, the last qualifier was Dave Langlis in the 93 in that 12th place position. Again, that is unofficial. And here's the winner of heat number 2. In the 08, once again, Whitey Meserve doing a nice job of holding off all kinds of pressure from high point men with a fine run tonight to capture the second qualifying heat. Row 4, the number 1 and Dave Sprague, and to his outside the 0 and Gary Clough. Scheduled to go in the 5th row will be Phil Weeks in the number 9 and Jim Emerson in the number 2. 10 laps on tap. Once again, these are the high point Super Sportsman drivers, all clear from flagman Eddie Walsh as the drivers glance back to the flag stand. We look for a start out of turn 4. Kevin Durgan, Willie Elliott, and the green is out. Kevin Durgan with a slight advantage as they cross the stripe. Willie Elliott to second, Doug Shores is third, Richard Pelton to fourth, and Steve Howard in that 5th place position. Super Sportsman, designed to be between the limited Sportsman and the late models. Basically a late model type chassis, limited type engine, class that is growing in rapid fashion here at the Speedway. Second year of competition. We have had thus far 9 different Super Sportsman main event winners. Winningest driver in the division, Doug Shores in the 07 with 5 feature wins. He sits third in the lineup right now. One driver with 3 feature wins. That's Jim Emerson in the number 2. 2 wins for Chris Rule in the number 14. And 2 for Willie Elliott in the 08. They are the only multiple feature winners in this division. Continues to be Kevin Durgan with about a car length advantage over Willie Elliott. Then comes Doug Shores, Richard Pelton, Steve Howard, and Chris Rule now up in that group of 6 that are trying to break away just a bit. Chris Rule on the move in the number 14 as he takes a look now to the outside of the 0-3, challenging for that 5th place position. Flagman indicates just 2 laps to go this time by. Everyone lined up on the inside with the exception of Chris Rule in the number 14. He takes over that 5th place position, now takes a look to the outside of the number 27 for position number 4. The white flag is out. 14 ran a little wide that time, lost a little ground, but he seems to be able to recover it very quickly. That's just testing out that second groove to see how his machine is going to operate out there. Checkered flag is out. Kevin Durgan, Willie Elliott, Doug Shores, Richard Pelton, and I believe Steve Howard in that 5th place position. Chris Rule in that 5th place position. And here's your winner at the start-finish line area, capturing the second qualifying heat in the print world. Scarborough Muffler Center number 7, high point man Kevin Durgan. Well, they tell us there's 1,100. Row 3 to the inside in the number 35, Paul Johnson. And to his outside in the number 44 will be Pete Rondo. Row 4 on the inside, Mike Johnson in the number 33, and to his outside, Mike Mayetta in the number 13. 10 laps on tap. Late model Sportsman, second qualifying event. All clear from atop the flag stand. Joe Bowser taking off up the inside, and that looks like a false start to me. Yellow flag and light will come out on the backstretch. Once again, the flagman is looking for an even start. Well, they're going to try it once again. The flagman says hold it even. This time, Barry Babb right up there with Joe Bowser. They come to turn 4, and the green is out. Joe Bowser and Bobby Libby take it over up the inside. Problems on the 0 as he slows right down. Appeared to be fluid coming from the 0, and he has obviously, with mechanical problems, the car nearly shut down on the backstretch, and now Barry Babb looking for a way out, and evidently going to nurse the 0 back to pit road. Meanwhile, Joe Bowser, Bobby Libby trying to break away. Twelve different winners in this late model Sportsman division. Your current leader, Joe Bowser, is a 2-time winner. Barry Babb sits at the entrance to pit road with mechanical failure on the 0. He is going to require some wrecker assistance, and that will bring out the caution flag as he tried to coast back to pit road and evidently could quite make it. Eric Garish and Kelly Wainwright are junior fan winners tonight. Well, they're going to try it again. Flagman Eddie Walsh gives the drivers the all clear. Points to turn 4. Green is out. Joe Bowser with the advantage. Bobby Libby brings it up to challenge on the outside. Couple of the very strong runners. In fact, all of these cars are strong runners in this division. Joe Bowser shows the way. It's a side-by-side battle shaping up for the runner-up position. Bobby Libby, Paul Johnson in the number 35, Mike Johnson on the move in the number 33. If you were here last week, you saw Mike Johnson lead the American Canadian Tour Big A Auto Parts 150 right to turn number 4 and lost it coming to the finish line. Certainly represented the Beech Ridge regulars very, very well with a strong run. Second place finish last week against the invading American Canadian Tour late model Sportsman. Right now, he is in a side-by-side, wheel-to-wheel battle with cousin Paul Johnson in the number 35. They go at it side-by-side. Flagman Eddie Walsh says it'll be just 2 to go this time by. Joe Bowser with an impressive run in the number 32 as he is able to pull away just a little bit from Bobby Libby in the 34. The Johnsons continue to go at it side-by-side for position 3. Then comes Gary Pulsiver. Battle continues to be waged side-by-side for position 3. Checkered flag is in the air. Joe Bowser, Bobby Libby, Paul Johnson, Mike Johnson, and Gary Pulsifer, your top 5. Joe Bowser turning the track in approximately 15.5 seconds per lap. Very good time. Going to be tough to beat if he can get out there. in the feature event as he did in this qualifying event. And here's your winner, ladies and gentlemen, the Futura Stone Maine State Academy. Number 32, Joe Bowser from Scarborough, Maine. Already a two-time feature winner in the late model sportsman division. And now rolling out of our turn number 77 tonight, driven by Mike Sanborn. The 16, Jim Shaw. The 19, Jackie Roussel. The number 42, Kurt Bean. The 99, Jim Culprit. Number 82, Chuck Willoughby. And the number 38, Viva Norton. Once again, this is the Limited Sportsman B feature event. All clear from atop the flag stand. Assistant starter Junior Niles handling the flags for Limited Sportsman semi-feature. Pace car makes its way onto the infield pit road. Once again, Tim Marzelli in the number 11. Russell Barter in the 04 bring the field to turn 4, and the green is out. Outside row with the advantage. Russell Barter, problems develop on the number 11, and he takes it into the infield with some help. And that stacks up a couple of cars here before we're able to complete a lap. The caution flag will prevail. Appeared as though the number 11 shut down with perhaps an ignition problem. And that just backed that inside row up, and they started playing bumper tag. And the result, well, there it is. Tim Marzelli, Kurt Bean, right out of it on the infield apron before we are able to complete lap number 1. So it will be an original lineup with the exception of the number 11 and the number 42. The pace car, so it looks like things are ready, and our starter Junior Niles gives the drivers the all clear. And we'll try it again. They have gone nowhere because that happened in the first lap. Ready to try it at turn 4, and the green is out. 3 wide out of turn 4. Advantage from the outside. Chris Grondin shows the way in the number 47. Then comes Barter. Cars up against the backstretch wall. Somehow they ricochet off that wall and keep it going. And 3 wide once again. Chris Grondin shows the way. Dennis Featherson in the number 4 is second. Then comes Willie Boucher, Bob Barash. Your top 4. Russell Barter challenging for that 5th place position, but evidently a push in the car as he goes way up high. Dennis Featherson down the low side now, going to take it over from Chris Grondin, and a spin in between turns 1 and 2. And still have a car. Now that car gets underway. That was Scott Chapman in the number 85. Dennis Featherson, your leader, in the number 4 rookie. As he holds the point over the 14 of Willie Boucher. Gene Theriault up to take over position 3. Tango in between turns 3 and 4. We have a car, 2 cars turned about facing the wrong way, and that will require the caution flag once again. The 99 still sits. Now he gets it refired. That's Jim Culprit in the number 99, got it crossed up. Looking for a start at turn 4. Flagman points to turn 4, says hold it even, and the green is out. Dennis Featherson from the inside with a slight advantage. Willie Boucher now as they approach turn 2, and Chris Grondin dives to the inside to make a challenge for the runner-up position. Willie Boucher with a quick move just before the halfway point. Takes the 14 to the front. Dennis Featherson to second. Chris Grondin is third. Jackie Roussel and Bob Barash up to challenge now for that 5th place position. Spin on the backstretch. Chris Grondin gets turned about. He gets it back underway and the field stays under green. Continues to be Willie Boucher in the number 14. Dennis Featherson, Jackie Roussel, Bob Barash in a battle now for that 4th place position. Beaver Norton working to position number 5. Dave Jackson in the number 98 works himself up to the 5th place position. Hard up the inside, Chuck Willoughby on the move as he's up to challenge for position number 6. Willoughby takes over position number 6 in the 82. Starter indicates it will be just 2 to go next time by. And it is a runaway by Willie Boucher right now. The battle is for that 2nd place position, held by Dennis Featherson in the number 4. All kinds of pressure from Beaver Norton in the number 38. Norton takes a look to the low side now, tries to take over the runner-up position, as the leader will see the white flag come out. Beaver Norton to 2nd, Dennis Featherson runs 3rd, Dave Jackson is 4th, and Jackie Roussel in 5th place position. Leader exiting turn 4 and across the stripe. And a rather easy one by the youngster in the number 14. Willie Boucher, as he was followed across the stripe by the 38 Beaver Norton. And they keep going just as though they didn't realize that the checkered flag was out. And I'll bet neither one of them saw the flag by the way they kept going. Dennis Featherson 3rd, Dave Jackson was 4th, and Jackie Roussel 5th. And here's the winner of tonight's Limited Sportsman B main event. From Windham, Maine, in the Lifetime Muffler, Scott's Auto Sales number 14, Willie Boucher, capturing what I believe is his 2nd semi-feature. We could be mistaken, but that might very well have been the drive shaft from the number 3, so certainly not the way David Raymond wanted to start out this consolation event. This is the last opportunity for these drivers to grab a starting position in the main event. Once again, 8 positions available from this consolation for the main event. Top 8 will grab a starting position in tonight's Limited Sportsman main event. All clear from atop the flag stand now as the drivers glance back from the backstretch. Flagman Eddie Waltz looks him over, points to turn 4 and says hold it even. Jeff Severance, Dave Becto bring the field to turn 4 and the green is out. Side by side, Severance on the low side, Dave Becto to the high side. Danny Bubar looks for room down low and he finds it. Takes it over at turn 3 as he brushes by the number 28. Danny Bubar goes to the inside, made room below the number 28 and took it over. Jeff Severance goes 2nd, Dave Becto to 3rd, Dwight Shepard in the 09 is 4th, and Gordon Nelson goes 5th. Last qualifier at the moment would be Donnie Morse in the number 75. Once again, the top 8 will qualify for the main event. It is going to be a battle because you have some former feature winners sitting outside of qualifying. Cars like the number 70 of Jeff Morgan, the number 56 of Robert Bodwell. Right now outside of a qualifying position. as is Billy Thompson in the number 6. Billy is now the last qualifier. The number 6 is the 8th place car. Qualified cars back through number 6, running in the 8th place position. That leaves Charlie Roussel, Jeff Morgan, Tim Gendron, Al Bursett, Jeff Charland, Robbie Bodwell, John Maycomber, Larry Ramsey, all sitting outside of qualifying. Top 8 have broken away just a little bit. It's going to take a fantastic drive by one of these drivers to get into that final qualifying position. Coming to the halfway point indicates our starter. When they cross the stripe this time, it will be the halfway point. Danny Bobar, Jeff Severance, Dave Bechtel, Gordon Nelson, Dwight Shepard, Donnie Morse, Wayne Poland, and Billy Thompson, your top 8 and qualified cars. One of the hard chargers in the limited sportsman division, Jeff Morgan in the number 70. Trying to make a move on the outside of the number 10, seemingly unable to overtake Charlie Roussel in the number 10. In fact, in a battle with Tim Gendron. Laps winding down, flagman indicates it will be just 2 to go next time by. Top 8 apparently secure in those qualifying positions. White flag is out, 1 to go. And as they exit turn 4, checkered flag is down. Danny Gobard, Jeff Severance, Dave Bechtel, Gordon Nelson, Donnie Morse, Dwight Shepard, Wayne Coleman, and Billy Thompson, your qualified cars for the main event. And we have the all clear from assistant starter Junior Niles. Ladies and gentlemen, it is our tradition. On the count of 3, please help me with those 4 most famous words in auto racing. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Gentlemen, start your engines! In 1992, hard-charging Richard Pelton in the number 27. All clear from atop the flag stand. From flagman Eddie Walsh as the drivers glance one more time back to the flag stand. Pace car makes its way onto the infield pit road. They come to turn 4 and the green is out. Kelvin Gergen from the low side. Doug Shores trying to close it up as he dives to the inside of Wooly Elliott. Battle is for position number 2. Willie Elliott by a bumper down into turn number 3. Doug Shores draws it even at turn 4. Here they come for lap number 1. Kevin Durgan. Doug Shores takes over position number 2. Doug Shores to the low side by a bumper over Willie Elliott now. Elliott brings it back, draws it even, and takes it over at turn 3. Side by side, wheel-to-wheel action for the runner-up position. As Doug Shores to the low side, Willie Elliott to the high side. Continue the battles wheel to wheel. Sitting third, Steve Howard. In fourth, Richard Pelton. And in fifth, Chris Rule. Doug Shores now takes over that runner-up position from the inside, and he brings with him Steve Howard. Now to challenge for the third place position as he runs to the inside of the 08 and Willie Elliott. Willie Elliott hung on the outside now as the advantage goes to the inside, and Chris Rule up now to challenge Elliott for that fourth place position. Doug Shores makes a bid to the outside, now takes a look to the outside of race leader Kevin Durgan. Five-time feature winner Doug Shores trying to see if he can take over that point, working in lap 6 of this 35-lap event. Doug Shores sets himself in the outside groove and will now have to stay there or perhaps drop back several positions as the cars have lined up down the inside. Steve Howard in a battle on the low side. Then comes Chris Rule, Richard Pelton, and Willie Elliott. Doug Shores gambling on the outside groove. Tim Wing taking the 92 on the pit road. Doug Shores once again challenging our leader. Tries to draw it even between turns 1 and 2. On the backstretch now continues to be Kevin Durgan by a fender. Doug Shores on the move on the outside as he tries to draw it even as they exit turn 4. Continues to be Durgan. Doug Shores with a gamble on the outside groove. Working the tires hard out there. You have to wonder how many laps the 07 will be able to churn out there in that outside groove. Continues to challenge race leader Kevin Durgan. Steve Howard up the inside has shut down the inside lane for Doug Shores. Along with Chris Rule, Richard Pelton, and Willie Elliott. Spin by Jeff Salibi will bring out the caution flag. He gets the car refired, but not before the field is under caution. 12 laps recorded on the leaderboard. Once again, 12 laps down of this 35-lap limited Super Sportsman showdown. And this time, Kevin Durgan will face off with Doug Shores out of turn number 4. 3 is out. Kevin Durgan once again establishes himself at the point. Doug Shores with a hard challenge now as he draws it even momentarily on the backstretch. Steve Howard right up to the rear bumper of Kevin Durgan. Howard down to make it 3 wide out of turn 4. Howard has to back out it right over the speed bumps. Problem on the 0. Gets it back underway. Advantage now over in turn 3, Doug Shores. Shores puts a bumper ahead out of turn 4 across the strike. Grabs the lead by about a bumper. Kevin Durgan hard back up the inside. They go wheel to wheel down the backstretch to turn 3. Kevin Durgan taking it over by a bumper out of turn 4. Continues to be a side-by-side, wheel-to-wheel battle at the front. Kevin Durgan with a slight advantage. Doug Shores draws it even again as they approach turn 4. Across the stripe, Durgan by a fender. Steve Howard glued to the back bumper of race leader Kevin Durgan. Cars crossed up in turn 1. The 5 and the 9 came together, but they did a nice job of getting that settled. Steve Howard now with the advantage. Doug Shores back to try to draw it even with Steve Howard. Perhaps that outside groove beginning to take its toll on the tires. Halfway point indicated by our star. Steve Howard has taken that runner-up position from the low side. Doug Shores, no place to go but continue in that outside groove. As Chris Rule, Richard Pelton, and Willie Elliott have closed it. Tangled in turn 4. Bumpers get hooked together. The 10 and the 5 momentarily hooked bumpers, and they sit to the top of turn 4. Get it underway, but not before the caution flag prevails. A momentary transfer of the lead to Doug Shores as Shores crossed the finish line ahead of the number 7 just one time by our calculations. All clear once again. Pace car on the infield pit road. This time the green is out. And Steve Howard is going to take his turn to the outside of Kevin Durgan, and he puts the 03 into the lead on the backstretch. So for the first time, the quick acceleration, and Kevin Durgan finds himself in the runner-up spot as Steve Howard, with a strong move down the backstretch to turn 3, prevails and takes over the lead. Kevin Durgan runs second, Doug Shores third, Richard Pelton fourth, and Chris Rule fifth. Then comes Willie Elliott in sixth, Jim Emerson to seventh, Danny Palmer is eighth, Darrell Ward ninth, and Dave Sprague in 10th. Well, perhaps the surprise of the evening, Steve Howard in the 03. As for the first half of the race, the number 7, Kevin Durgan, appeared to be perhaps too tough to handle. But the second restart proved to be the advantage and just the break that Steve Howard was looking for, as he has quickly put distance on the number 7. Cars stacked up now behind Kevin Durgan, and it would appear that Doug Shores and Richard Pelton, along with Willie Elliott and Chris Rule, perhaps are a little quicker right now, but they tangle and momentarily get crossed up now. Willie Elliott right into the 07, and that turns Doug Shores, and he sits facing the oncoming traffic. Fortunately, all the drivers are able to make their way out and around the 07. And a tough break as the cars touch momentarily. And coming out on the short end of that exchange, Doug Shores. So he is dropped from third place position all the way back to the tail end of the lineup. The lights are out atop the pace car, and we have the all clear from atop the flag stand. And this time, it will be Steve Howard on the inside, Kevin Durgan to the outside. 27 laps down, and we look for a start out of turn 4, and we have it. Howard with the advantage as he quickly jumps back into a lead. Willie Elliott now taking over the runner-up position as he works beneath the number 7, and he brings with him Richard Pelton in the number 27. So now Kevin Durkin finds himself hung on the outside. And perhaps the car you want to keep an eye on is the 07 Doug Shores as he tries to come back up from the rear of the pack. And he is momentarily boxed in. Finds himself in what he didn't think he would have to be in, and that's a run from the rear of the pack. Not supposed to be that way for the High Point men on showdown night. Once again, the class of the field tonight is Steve Howard, as he quickly puts about a half straightaway on the second place competitor. I'll bet the most frustrated young man out there has got to be Doug Shores. Laps winding down, and he has been boxed in after advancing 3 or 4 positions. Flagman Eddie Walsh indicates just 2 laps to go this time by. Willie Elliott looking to hold off Richard Pelton. Pelton now trying to dive to the inside. Elliott shuts the door. Time running out for those drivers who are trying to advance. White flag is out. Checkered flag down. Steve Howard captures the showdown over Willie Elliott, Richard Pelton, Chris Rule, Kevin Durgan. Tango in turn 4. David Bath is spun about. And it proves to be a trying night for the youngster in number 5. And the showdown belongs to the young man behind the wheel of the number 03. He collects the checkers and will make his parade lap and then be back here in Victory Lane, and we'll have an opportunity to hear from the showdown winner. And a fine run tonight in the 3rd position, Richard Pelton in the number 27. And in the runner-up position, Willie Elliott in the Moody Racing 08. But tonight, it belonged to the young man who is about to return the colors to the flagman. Young man from Scarborough, Maine, driving the bracket machine, Scarborough Auto Parts 03. Ready to exit his racer. And he has got to be a happy young man. It was back at the end of May when he last captured a feature event. Always a strong runner, but has struggled seemingly the last month or 6 weeks. Put it all together tonight. There he is, ladies and gentlemen, and let's go trackside now to hear from tonight's showdown winner.
Ladies and gentlemen, win number 2 for Steve Howard. Steve, welcome back into Victory Lane. A fine job tonight.
Thank you.
Man, you went around Oregon like he was tied to a stick, and nobody expected that tonight in this type of race. What was it like for you out there?
I didn't expect it either, but we touched over there going into the 1 turn and slowed him down a little, I guess, and I just got lucky.
Well, lucky enough to pick up the win. We congratulate you. A fine job tonight. Sherry St. Pierre from Rivco, our sponsor tonight, has the first place trophy for you.
Congratulations, Steve.
A nice white t-shirt. Don't get that dirty, all right? Thanks some of your sponsors, too, that helped you out, Steve.
I'd like to thank Bracket Machine, Scarborough Auto Parts, Larson's Auto Salvage, my mother and father, Mitch Barabee, Terry Merrill, and everybody else that's helped me through the last couple of years.
Congratulations again. Ladies and gentlemen, Steve Howard. This is the money time of night. If you purchased a 50-50 ticket, take your ticket out at this time as Carmen Jansen, the Vice President of the MSSCRA, will make the drawing. How much are we drawing for tonight, Carmen? $609. If you're holding ticket number 199011. 199011, if that's your ticket number.
The Futura Stone, number 32, Joe Bowser. Next on the inside from Wyndham, Maine. The other half of the Babb brother combination in the Hall Implement 0, Barry Babb. To his outside in the Forest City Chevrolet, number 34, Bobby Libby. Next on the grid from Gray, Maine. In the number 41, Gary Palsupa. And in the number 35, Paul Johnson. Next on the grid, on the inside, from Saco, Maine. In the Tardif Motorsports, number 44, Pete Rondo. And to his outside, 35 laps on tap. Late model Sportsman Racing at its very best in the Northeast. As was mentioned earlier, if you were here last week to see the American-Canadian Tour, you saw the late model Sportsman drivers do themselves proud. At one time, late in the game, 4 of the top 5 positions were held by Beech Ridge Motor Speedway late model Sportsman. So these are among the very best you'll find anywhere. Right now, all clear from atop the flag stand, and flagman Eddie Walsh as the drivers make that one last glance to the flag stand, staging on the backstretch. Pace car makes its way onto the infield pit road. Once again, Scott Watts will bring them to turn 4. Green is out. Advantage quickly on the inside as Scott Watts and Mike Mayetta get the jump. Tim Land back to position 3. Then comes Gary Johnson, Barry Babb, and Joe Bowser. Caution flag as the cars approach turn number 3. By the car on the pole, that's the inside row. And they'll try it once again. At turn 4, green is out. Scott Watts once again. And again, the advantage to the inside row as young Mike Mayetta takes over the runner-up position. Brings Bobby Babb in tow to take over position 3. Gary Johnson, inside row with a big advantage. Carl Lattamy into the infield retaining wall. And he tries to refire the car, not in time, and the caution will prevail. Carl Lattamy into that infield retaining wall. As the cars work the backstretch, we get the all clear from flagman Eddie Walsh. Pace car makes its way onto the infield pit road. And we look for a start at turn 4. Green is out. Once again, Scott Watts with the advantage. Strong challenge from Mike Mayetta Jr. in the number 3, Bobby Babb in the number 4. Then comes Barry Babb in the 0. In a side-by-side battle all the way back. Late model Sportsman turn in the vicinity of 90 to 95. Kerry Winslow in a spin. Have 2 cars now down to the low side, and that will require the caution flag once again. Kerry Winslow gets the number 22 back underway. Things to sort out on that car. All clear once again from atop the flag stand. Once again, just 2 laps recorded on the board. And once again, Scott Watts and young Mike Mayetta will bring the field to turn 4. Blackman says hold it even at turn 4. Green is out. Scott Watts once again gets the jump. Bobby Babb now up to challenge young Mike Mayetta for that second place position as they go at it side by side. And it's a side-by-side field all the way back. Bobby Babb in the number 4 takes over the runner-up position. Gary Pulsifer on the move now in the number 41, as is Mike Mayetta Sr. Quickly making his way up to the top 5. Problems on the number 7 of Craig Strout, as he apparently is headed to pit road. Meanwhile, back up front, Bobby Babb with all kinds of pressure for race leader Scott Watts. Yeah. Bobby Babb looks the F80. Not quite enough room. Has to back out of it just a little bit. Bobby Babb still looking for his first late model Sportsman main event for 1992. Also kind of a hard luck run this year. Bobby Babb indicating that he's had enough flat tires for not only himself but everybody else. And looking to turn his luck around, and I'm sure tonight he hopes to find his way to the winner's circle. Gary Pulsifer in the number 41, already a feature winner. Bobby Babb now looking beneath the F80. Sticks the nose in, has to back out of it. Scott Watts goes a little wide, then shuts the door. Bobby Babb trying to find room beneath the F80. Thus far, not quite enough. Working in lap 10 of this 35-lapper. If you notice what has happened to the number 3, as he has been hung on the outside and has continued to appear as though he's backing up. You can thus see the reluctance of some of the drivers to set into that outside groove, but someone will, just as we saw in the Super Sportsman event, the way Steve Howard did. One of these drivers will get hooked up in that outside groove. Back in the pack, Bobby Libby sets in the outside groove, as does Mike Johnson, the high point leader. Bumper to bumper, wheel to wheel action. And it continues to be Scott Watts, with all kinds of pressure from Bobby Babb in the number 4. Then comes Gary Pulsifer. Now Mike Mayetta sets to the outside, as he decides it is time to give that outside groove a try, and takes over position number 3, and now looks to rein in position 2. Also taking a look to the outside, Glenn Cusack in the number 2, as he now looks to the outside of Joe Bowser's number 32. Glenn Cusack trying to make a move on the number 32. Sets in that outside groove. Draws it even, and on the backstretch, puts a nose ahead, attempting to take over position number 6 as they come to the halfway point. Bobby Babb continuing to pressure the back bumper of race leader Scott Watts, trying to eke out a groove to the low side of the F80. Meanwhile, the man on the move is Glenn Cusack in the number 2, as he has advanced 3 positions now on the outside. First, he worked to the outside of Joe Bowser, then the number 44 of Pete Rondo, and now he takes over the 41. Now, in turn 2, Bobby Babb finds room finally beneath the F80, and they go wheel to wheel. Bobby Babb finally found the room he was looking for and mounts a side-by-side challenge. F80 out of it just a little bit in the two-turn, and with it about 4 to 5 positions. Bobby Babb to the low side. Mike Mayetta going high. Mike Mayetta puts a fender ahead as they race the backstretch to turn number 3. Bobby Babb up to draw it even at turn 4. Across the stripe, Mayetta by a fender. And on the backstretch, Mike Mayetta, half car length advantage, trying to squeeze that number 13 by. Bobby Babb not wanting to give it up on the inside, but Mike Mayetta across the stripe takes it over as they work in lap number 28. New leader, Mike Mayetta. Spin over in turn number 3 as Bobby Libby gets the number 34 turned about. Meanwhile, back up front, Glenn Cusack takes over the runner-up position. Battle now for third as Pete Rondo takes a look to the outside of Bobby Babb. Battle is for third. Pete Rondo draws it even, puts a fender ahead on the backstretch. Laps winding down. Flagman indicates it will be just 2 to go. Man on the move now, Mike Johnson, as he works himself up into the top 5. They are in the white flag lap. Mike Mayetta, as he exits turn 4, we'll see the checkered flag comes down as he comes across the line ahead of Glenn Cusack, Pete Rondo, Mike Johnson, and Bobby Babb. And down to collect the colors with his third feature win of 1992, Mike Mayetta Sr. in the Pleasant Hill Mayetta Construction, number 13. He has captured back-to-back titles in 1990 and 91, so he is looking for his third late model Sportsman championship in a row. And tonight joins Mike Johnson as a 3-time winner in the highly competitive late model Sportsman ranks. Returns the colors now to flagman Eddie Walsh. And once again, the championship form of the number 13 shows tonight. Car is sponsored in part by Pleasant Hill Auto Sales, along with Main Lubrication and Hillman's Auto Electric. And this would be, if he can overtake current point leader Mike Johnson, an unprecedented 3 titles in a row. And as he prepares to exit his number 13, we go trackside now.
Ladies and gentlemen, his third win of the season. Welcome into victory lane the defending champion, Mike Maeda. Mike, congratulations on win number 3. A nice job tonight.
Thank you, Andy.
You kind of bided your time back there behind Bobby Babb for a while. He and Scott Watts sorted things out, but then it seemed to be an easy pass on the outside for you.
Well, it really wasn't, you know. Bobby's running good. These guys are running a lot better here, you know. And, you know, they're just a great bunch of guys to race with, you know. I mean, if they're not quite fast enough, they let you, you know. I mean, they don't let you go by, but they hold their own groove and they're good to race with, you know. I can't say enough about everybody out here.
So here you are in second place in the point standing behind Mike Johnson, the final sprint of the end of the season. Only a few races to go, and here you collect a win. Mike finished back around 5th or 6th tonight, I guess. You concentrating on making the most, and is the car dialed in for a championship run?
Well, the car went real good tonight. You know, we have our ups and downs with the car, but I don't have any idea how far behind Mike I am, and I don't really want to know. You know, we're good friends, and we're out here racing hard, both of us, and if he beats us, we get another challenge for next year. That's what we're looking for.
That topic comes up a lot with you and Mike Johnson, and you consistently both say you don't even watch the points. Just wherever you finish at the end of the year is where you are. Dave Barrow from Ribco has the trophy for you for your first place finish tonight and a t-shirt.
Thank you. They gave me a t-shirt over in the pits, and I was going to put it on, but it's too hot. But I'll sure have it on after the races.
And from Big A Auto Parts, the $50 gift contingency for the late model division tonight.
Thank you very much, and I want to thank Ribco very much for being here and sponsoring us.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, Mike Maeda. Bruce Elder back.
Number 75, Don Morris. Ken McLeod in the number 30, Gordon Nelson in the number 61. The 06 is driven by Dennis Quinn, the 78, Dave Fecto. Dennis Hall in the number 94. Danny Bubar in the number 24, and current point leader in the number 111, Pee-wee Knight. 30 laps on tap for tonight's limited Sportsman main event. All clear from atop the flag stand as flagman Eddie Walsh gives the drivers the all clear as they stage on the backstretch. Pace car makes its way onto the infield pit road. It will be Don Culprit and Paul Holstrom bringing the field to a start out of turn 4. The flagman says hold it even. Green is out. Don Culprit, just as he did in his qualifying heat, jumps into a quick lead. Cars tangled right out of turn number 1. We have a car right up over the top of the bank. We have a car in the sand barrier. That's Steve Berry down to the low side. He gets it back underway. David Wiles limps on a pit road. And the cars stay under green. Don Culprit with a big advantage. Then comes Kevin Buck in a side-by-side duel with Paul Holstrom. Followed by Gary Adams in the 74 and Wayne Whitten in the 0. Battle is for second. Kevin Buck and Paul Holstrom go at it wheel to wheel. In the next position, Wayne Whitten puts a fender ahead, but Gary Adams right back to draw it even once again. Runner-up spot now in the hands of Kevin Buck. 3 wide racing Billy Thompson right out over the stripe. And that is a tough way to do it. He stays in that third groove, right out against the retaining wall and makes it work. Billy Thompson on the move in the number 6 as he takes cars 3 wide. Larry Gelinas now in the third groove. Risky business as the film title goes. Larry Gelinas 3 wide on the backstretch. The 1991 champion, along with Billy Thompson, trying to advance the hard way, 3 wide. Well, the leader has just run away, as he did in his qualifier. But from second place on back, it is a dogfight. Wayne Whitten now trying to rein in the third place contender as he works to the outside of Paul Holstrom. Battle is for third. Paul Holstrom on the low side. Wayne Whitten to the high side. Also on the move on the backstretch, Wayne Polden in the number 79 as he works to the outside of Jeff Severance. Side-by-side battle for second continues to be waged. Advantage now from the outside. Wayne Whit, outstanding rookie, trying to take over that third place position. Continues to battle to the outside of Paul Holstrom. Cars working in lap 12 of this 30-lap event. The leader by a straightaway now, Don Colbert in the number 86, Kevin Buck, Paul Holstrom, Wayne Whit, Gary Adams. Then comes Alan Burraby, Scott Connor, Wayne Polden, John Tapley, and Jeff Severance. Three-wide racing. Larry Gelinas comes out on the short end of it as he is bumped over the turn 4. We'll get the car back underway, but not until the leader is able to put a lap on the defending champion. As cars went to three-wide racing, Larry Gelinas found himself on the outside. Now the car comes to rest at the top side of turn number 2, up against the backstretch wall, and that will require the caution flag. Twos. Once again, the lights are out atop the pace car, and we get the all clear from atop the flag stand. 14 laps recorded on the leaderboard. Dave Fecto back from pit road will rejoin the end of the lineup. Drivers work down into turn 3. Don Colbert and Kevin Buck will bring the field to turn 4, and we look for a start. Green is out. Don Colbert once again right back into the lead. Kevin Buck this time a little closer to our leader, followed by Paul Holstrom, Gary Adams, and now Alan Burraby up to position number 5. Halfway point indicated by our starter. Paul Holstrom gets the car turned about and up into the infield sand barrier. Unable to get the car off the banking, and once again we go to caution. Also, we have the 34, Ryan Shepard, sitting here facing traffic right out of turn 4. To cause him to have to bow out. And we have the all clear from atop the flag stand. And once again, Don Colbert will have to square off at turn 4 with Kevin Buck. We look for a start out of turn 4, and we have it. Don Colbert, quick acceleration, and he brings Gary Adams with him right up the inside. Alan Burraby now trying to dive to the low side of number 25, couldn't do it. Kevin Buck goes 3rd, Alan Burraby 4th. Scott Connor in 5th place position. Jeff Severance now trying to take over position number 5 as he dives to the low side, takes over position number 5. Gary Adams trying to rein in race leader Don Culprit. High Point still deep in the pack. Pee Wee Knight in the 111. Dennis Hall in the number 94. Along with Danny Bubar. A lot of ground to cover if they're going to get up into those top spots tonight. Cars going 3 wide on the backstretch. Dave Fecto, Wayne Witt, Don Tapley. 2 at 3 wide all the way through turns 3 and 4. Don Tapley right out over the stripe. And with it, he loses several positions. Once again, very hard to run it 3 wide. Meanwhile, back up front, Don Culprit begins to stretch his lead out once again as he has about a 10 to 12 car length lead over Gary Adams. And Adams a comfortable lead over Kevin Buck. Then comes Alan Burraby, Scott Connor, Jeff Severance, Whitey Meserve, Don Morse, Billy Thompson. Flagman indicates it will be just 2 laps to go. And a tough night for the High Point men. Tangle on the backstretch as Ron Smith and Billy Thompson come together. Thompson has to take the car right out over the bank. They are in the last 2 laps. White flag is out. Checkered flag comes down. Don Culprit grabs the main event over Gary Adams, Kevin Buck, Alan Burraby, Jeff Severance. Down to collect the colors, Don Culprit. Don Culprit returns the colors to Flagman Eddie Watt. Kept grabbing his first main event for the 1992 season. Car is sponsored in part by Mayetta Towing along with Pleasant Hill Auto Sales. Always a hard charger, and tonight he made it look easy. And as he prepares to exit the 86, we go trackside.
Ladies and gentlemen, win number 1 for Don Cooper Jr. Don, congratulations. That was an easy one for you. Quite a lead out there tonight.
Thank you.
So what was it like for you?
It's pretty easy, real. I don't really like starting there, but you got to take where I get, I guess.
A semi-feature win a little bit earlier this year when you first got behind the wheel of this car. Taking over the chores for Robbie Herrick. What are his plans and what are your plans with this car?
He plans on running the Super Sportsman that I know of right now. He's got a car, Griffin chassis, and I'm just going to run the rest of the year. I'll see what happens for the controversy here, but just go from there.
We congratulate you on another win tonight. Dale Elquist from Rivco has the trophy for you. Dale?
Thank you. On behalf of Rivco, the door, the window, and the kitchen people here in Scarborough, congratulations. That was a great race. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's say trust thanks to my sponsors, Pleasant Hill Auto Sales, my Editone, ATE, my mother and father, there's a lot behind this, and Chris Rule for letting me borrow his training and rear end, and Larry Gelinas, we're in the same garage together. He helps out. We work back and forth. I'd like to thank everybody that helped me.
Congratulate you again. Ladies and gentlemen, Don Cooper Jr.
Okay, waiting on deck, the Wildcats for their feature event of the evening. They'll be out momentarily. We have a call for Randall Dill to please report to the Turn 1 concession area. Moores.
The 46, Reno Neto.
Number 12, Lawrence Emery. And a couple of the cars we don't have a driver for, the 128 or the 57. Blackman gives the all clear. We look for a start out of turn number 4. Green is out here. Spin to begin with. The number 28 is spun right in front of traffic. And the cars split either side, do a nice job. The 66 and the 28 momentarily hooked together. They're back underway. The field stays green. Well, we said the Wildcats do it a little bit differently, and they sure do. Number 7, your leader. The 7. Joe Hennessy shows the way. Then the 67, Mike Ness, taking it over from the inside. New leader, Mike Ness. Number 60 on the move, up into the 3rd place position. Cars running 4 wide out of turn 4. 4 wide down the front stretch into turn number 1. Well, we said 3 wide racing was tough. How about 4 wide? Somehow they get sorted out. Everybody stays underway. Unbelievable. Mike Ness, your leader. Then comes the number 7. That's Joe Hennessy. They have pulled away. Number 60 joining the pack. The 60 is Clyde Hennessy. Mike Ness is a 2-time feature winner, I believe, in this Wildcat division. And he has put considerable distance on the runner-up. Spin by the number 16. 16 is driven by Keith Emery. He gets it back underway across the track. So far, everyone avoids him. Mike Ness in some heavy traffic now. That will allow the number 60 and the 7 to close on him just a little bit. Mike Nest looking for win number 3. Does a nice job handling traffic, but with the traffic, that has allowed the number 60 to close in just a bit. That is Clyde Hennessy closing in. Spin by the number 15. He gets it up out of harm's way over the infield sand barrier. Mike Nest, your leader, in the number 67. Clyde Hennessy in the number 60 has closed it right up on Mike Nest now. And they are once again negotiating some fairly heavy traffic as they race between cars. Continue 1-2. Halfway point this time by. And a challenge at the front. Clyde Hennessy gets to the inside of Mike Nest. And they go between cars, or try to go between cars. They tangle with another car, get him pushed out of the way. And the lead changes hands. The new leader in the number 60, Clyde Hennessy Jr. Using the lap cars, Clyde Hennessy is able to route his way through. Mike Ness now closing it right back up on race leader Clyde Hennessy. Top 3 remain the same. Clyde Hennessy, Mike Ness, the number 7 driven by Joe Hennessy. Then comes Lyman McCaig in the number 38, unofficially in 4th place position. Lyman McCaig, now sitting 4th, is a 4-time feature winner. Clyde Hennessy is looking for his first Wildcat feature event. As I mentioned, Michael Nest is a 2-time winner. Michael Ness takes it over this time in traffic as he gets to the low side and regains the lead. Clyde Hennessy now back in pursuit as they have swapped the lead basically due to traffic conditions. Now Michael Ness will have to negotiate some rather heavy traffic and see if he can prevent Clyde Hennessy from doing what he was able to do last time, but this time the caution will prevail. Have a car up against the backstretch wall. Willie Bunnell in the number 17 brings out the caution as laps wind down. looking to get it back under green, and we do. Out of turn number 4, Michael Nest, your leader. Clyde Hennessy mounting a challenge now to the outside, as they now have an open track to deal with. Michael Nest in the number 67. Clyde Hennessy in the number 60. And Joe Hennessy in the number 7. White flag is out. 1 lap to go. Half lap for Clyde Hennessy to find a way around Mike Ness. He is at the back bumper. As they exit turn 4, checkered flag is out. Michael Ness by a car length over Clyde Hennessy, followed by Joe Hennessy and Lyman McCaig unofficially, your top 4. And that is win number 3 for Michael Ness as he continues some strong performances here in this Wildcat division. Down at the start-finish line, tonight's Wildcat feature winner will collect the flag and the hardware. Fine run tonight by a young man who's no stranger to the winner's circle, Michael Ness. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that rounds out our race program for the night. Once again, if you'd like to stay around for a bit, you are certainly welcome to come out on the track in just a few minutes, get a chance to talk with some of the drivers. As always, if you are headed home, we urge you to drive carefully. And we're certainly glad that you decided to spend your Saturday night right here at one of America's premier short tracks, the Beech Ridge Motor Speedway. And we hope that you'll make it a habit to be right back with us each and every Saturday night as we present short track racing.